They laughed at you, didn't they? Oh, they laughed like their words carried weight, like their mockery had the power to define you. You felt it, deep down. Every smirk, every insult, every sneering chuckle. It hit you where it hurt the most. Their laughter wasn't just noise. It was a dagger, sharp and deliberate, twisting in slow motion. It echoed in your mind, feeding on your doubts and fears, convincing you that maybe, just maybe, they were right about you. But here's the truth. Their laughter was never about you. It was about them. Their insecurities, their fears, their inability to understand the fire that burns inside you. They mocked what they didn't comprehend, what they couldn't control. People do that, you know. They laugh at what they're afraid of because it's easier than admitting they're terrified. And you terrified them. You always did. You didn't fit their mold. You didn't conform to their expectations. You didn't play the part they wrote for you in their narrow little world. That's why they tried to tear you down. That's why they made it their mission to break you. But here's the question you need to answer right now. Did they succeed? Did they truly break you, or have you been holding yourself down, pretending to be shattered because it's easier than standing up? Because let me tell you something, there is nothing they fear more than seeing you rise. Their laughter, it's their last defense. Their smirks, just a mask for their panic. Every insult they threw your way was an attempt to snuff out the potential they saw in you. Yes, potential. You heard me. They saw it before you did, and it scared the life out of them. You see, people don't laugh at what they don't care about. They don't waste their time mocking something insignificant. They only attack what they perceive as a threat. And you, whether you realize it or not, have always been a threat. That's why they ganged up on you. That's why they made you the punchline. It wasn't because you were weak. It was because you were strong. Strong in a way they couldn't understand. But here's where it gets messy. Somewhere along the line, you started believing them. You let their words become your truth. You let their laughter echo louder than your own voice. You gave them the power to define you. And that's what has to stop. Listen to me. You are not who they say you are. You never were. Their words were a reflection of their fears, not your reality. Their laughter wasn't a verdict. It was a projection of their insecurities. They mocked you because they couldn't control you, couldn't understand you, couldn't shape you into the person they wanted you to be. That's their problem, not yours. You've been carrying their opinions like chains, letting them weigh you down, letting them dictate how far you can go. But those chains, they're not locked. They never were. You've always had the key. The question is, do you have the courage to use it? Do you have the strength to rise, to break free, to become the person you were always meant to be? Because let me tell you, rising isn't about proving them wrong. It's not about silencing their laughter or earning their respect. No, it's about you. It's about reclaiming your power, your voice, your identity. It's about realizing that their opinions don't matter. They never did. They mocked you because they needed to feel big. Their laughter wasn't strength, it was fear. They feared your potential. They feared your fire. They feared what you might become if you ever stopped believing their lies. And that's the irony, isn't it? The very thing they tried to bury, the strength inside you, is the thing they feared the most. Do you know what makes a person truly unstoppable? It's not talent. It's not connections. It's not privilege. It's pain. Pure, unfiltered pain. The kind of pain that sharpens you, that hardens you, that burns away everything that isn't real. And you've got enough of that pain to set the whole world on fire. But here's the thing. Pain is only powerful if you use it. If you let it fester, it'll rot you from the inside out. But if you harness it, if you turn it into fuel, there's nothing you can't do. Pain can be your weapon, your armor, your fire. It can be the thing that drives you to rise, to fight, to build. So stop wasting it. Stop letting their words hold you back. Stop replaying their laughter in your head like it's some kind of anthem. It's not. It's static. It's noise. And you're better than that. You're bigger than that. You think they're strong. You think they're untouchable. They're not. They're cowards. Cowards who need people like you to feel important. Cowards who crumble the moment someone stands up to them. And you're the one who's going to stand. You're the one who's going to rise. They don't get to decide who you are. They don't get to dictate your worth. Only you can do that. And the moment you take back that power, the moment you stop living for their approval, you become unstoppable. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to rise. You're going to build something so strong, so undeniable, that their laughter becomes irrelevant. You're going to take every insult they threw at you, every time they pushed you down, and you're going to turn it into the foundation of your success. And when you get there, when you're standing at the top, looking down at the ashes of their mockery, don't look back. Don't give them the satisfaction. They don't deserve it. They never did. Success isn't about applause. It's not about proving anything to anyone. Success is a war. It's a battlefield. It's blood, sweat, tears, and a whole lot of loneliness. It's fighting battles no one else sees. It's enduring pain no one else understands. And you've already been through the worst of it. You've already been dragged through the dirt, laughed at, spat on, discarded. So what's a little more? What's a few more sleepless nights, a few more bruises, if it gets you where you need to be? They thought you were alone. They made you feel like no one else understood what you were going through. But here's the thing. You're not alone. The world is full of people just like you. People who were laughed at, ridiculed, underestimated. And do you know what they all have in common? They stopped caring. They stopped living for the approval of people who didn't matter. And now it's your turn. This isn't about revenge. Revenge is small, petty. This is about transformation, about becoming so strong, so unshakable, that their words, their laughter, their very existence becomes irrelevant. It's about proving to yourself that they never mattered, that their opinions never defined you. Imagine it. Imagine the look on their faces when they realize they were wrong about you, when they see the empire you've built, the strength you forged, the fire you've unleashed. Imagine them trembling, whispering your name, not with laughter, but with fear. And here's the best part. By then, you won't even care, because you'll finally understand the truth. They were never your judges. They were never your gods. They were nothing. Just whispers in the wind, echoes of a past that can't touch you anymore. You don't rise for them. You don't rise to silence their laughter or earn their respect. You rise because you owe it to yourself. Because every scar they gave you, every tear they made you shed, deserves a payoff. You rise because it's time to stop living in their shadows. Because every step you take toward your greatness is a middle finger to the world that tried to crush you. So rise, build, fight, not for them, for you. Because their laughter is meaningless. Their opinions are dust. And you are a storm, a fire, a force of nature they'll never comprehend. They laughed at you then, but soon they'll bow. Not because you asked them to, not because you need them to, but because they'll have no other choice. This is your moment, not theirs. So rise, and don't you dare stop.